Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Whittles Field for the matchup against Everest Academy and Archbishop Spalding. It is a beautiful night here under the lights, and we are excited for another matchup. Archbishop Spalding, Everest. Andrew, you had a chance to connect with Coach Phipps before the game. Can you let me know kind of how that conversation went?
Yeah, this one hits a little closer to home for both Coach Phipps and Coach Ford, with the assistant coach over at Everest. Coach Brian Phipps actually coached him at his time at Maryland, and then later played with him on the Whip Snakes. And then Coach Ford had the chance to coach him with the Atlanta Blaze. So a little extra rivalry here to kind of heat things up on a Wednesday night.
Starting lineup for Spalding, we have number 7, PJ Pokness on attack, number 4, Brady Mollett on attack, as well as Jack Newell. Starting at X is Ryan Criswell, and his wings will be Jamison Kaufman, Robbie Hopper. Starting on defense is number 15, Will Cook, 33, Brock La Rochelle, number 1, Logan Meehan, and starting in cage today is Blake Connor, a freshman.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do today here. Sean came off a tough loss yesterday to St. Paul's. Just went down early and couldn't make up the difference, but saw a different team in the second half that came out fast, that came out strong, just a day late and a dollar short. So looking to kind of get back on that win streak, snap this 4-game losing streak that they're on, and build for another MIAA game Friday.
And that is a one face-off by Ryan Criswell. He'll get it over to Robbie Hopper. And get it over to Jack Newell for Archbishop Spalding to set up their offense. Andrew, what are you looking for from Spalding's offense today, given kind of some of the struggles they've had with turning the ball over?
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I think turnovers have been the plague so far this season for them. So looking for them to control the ball, take care of it, and cherish it while running to their set. And this is a good start right here. Guys are dodging hard. And there's a great shot.
Oh, and Garza off the top post. That's going to go out. Gordy Bennett ran that one out. That's going to stay white ball.
Drop by Garza.
Yeah, and they get the 60-second reset here, and that's a great, early sign from Diego. He had a great day yesterday at, 2 goals, 2 assists against St. Paul's. And really, I think the change in him started against McDonough previously, just dodging with a different sense of attitude and aggression, which you love to see.
Yeah, I think that was the key. We really saw him go into the cage hard, and was not afraid to use his offhand, scoring a lefty goal there in that game. And Garza would let another one rip. That looks like that went off the defenseman, number 11, Logan Fletcher. Spalding's going to retain possession.
30 seconds on the shot clock here. Looks like they're going to go take advantage of this shorty matchup from the wing here. So look for him to dodge hard here off the wing and get right into that weave look if he doesn't pull a shot.
And that's Ben Duffy setting up his dodge. Stumbles a little bit. Moves it up to Garza. And that looks like Bennett with the shot.
Another deflection. 7 seconds here. You see Diego run to the sideline here, just looking to get that D midi on early, knowing that we're in a low shot clock situation.
Millette going to the cage. Oh. Shot by Millette. Wide. Shot clock's up. That's going blue ball.
Yeah, not a bad first possession there. I mean, it took advantage of the first shot clock, got the reset off the pipe in the middle of their possession, and then took all 60 on the reset. Got a decent shot there with a couple seconds left on the clock. Spalding in the drop back ride here, putting the 3, attacking across the midline. Everest able to clear.
We'll pop that over. I mean, I think Andrew, Spalding's defense has really been, stepping up in a lot of these games, giving them a chance to win. I mean, how important is this game for them to kind of set things on the right trajectory?
You're right. I mean, the defense has definitely been the staple with Coach Hochul, at the helm there and getting these guys fired up. They seem like they go whistle to whistle, right? They come out of the gates hot and push the tempo and push the aggression, which is good to see and really needed from a defense. So they've definitely been the anchor. There's no doubt about it. These guys are tired, right? You have a MIAA game against St. Paul's yesterday. quick turnaround,
game.
hard-fought game. Went the distance there. Little rest time, so they're going to be a little tired. Legs be a little tired. So.
Oh, great save by Blake Connor.
Yeah, great save.
And that was a shot by number 17, Nolan Marshall.
So, yeah, I'm curious to see the energy levels on both sides of the ball here.
And that is a fresh shot clock for Everest Academy. Playing a little two-man game behind the cage. And they're going to go. Goes to Shorty. Ben Ruiz. So Everest threw the ball away. Let's see if it's an over and back. Yep, over and back. It's going to be white ball. Robbie Hopper wanting the quick whistle. And we both know Robbie Hopper's not afraid to go to the cage. And he sticks one. Wow, Robbie. He did not waste any time, and he was... I think he had it in his head as soon as he picked up the ball. I'm going to the cage.
I think he did, and he's been watching some highlights. That was a little switch to the left hand, a little, fake high, go low.
That was some offensive prowess from the long pole. Great take by Robbie Hopper. That puts Spalding up 1-0 over Everest Academy with 8:46 left to play in the first period.
Brian, thoughts on the long pole goal? What did they say about it?
Who's Brian?
I'm thinking Brian on the sideline.
It's the most electric play in sports. And do we have another one coming back? And that's a shot over the cage by number 5, Liam Moffitt, heading to Cleveland State. And Everest will retain possession. Ben Ruiz and Ace Bruns. We've been seeing a good bit of Ace Bruns in there, giving him a few runs at defensive midi.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, given that short turnaround time on the games, to see how deep in the bench they're going to go. One, knowing that their guys are tired, right, and then two, being an out-of-conference game, not truly affecting their record in conference.
So just kind of getting some of these guys some extra reps.
Some extra reps, yep, giving some, and also some rest for some of the guys that had a lot of playing time in the last 24 hours.
Goal by number 2, Hamish McPherson. He is heading to Maryland. That was a little crafty, kept it in his strong hand the entire time. A little crafty goal from Hamish.
Yeah, I think that's the Canadian play coming through. Those guys typically, keep it in their strong hand, given that box background, very tight to their ear, face dodge, stick fake.
And not afraid for some contact. So that evens the score here with 7:50 left to play. And looks like that is a face-off violation by Ryan Criswell. Everest will take the ball.
First one for the Cavaliers, so another 2 will put him in the penalty box.
Good aggressive defense by Will Cook. He is all over him. And that is going to be white ball. Great aggression. Oh, good ride. Let's see if Robbie Hopper can get this back. And Everest comes up with the ball. That is a tough turnover. Robbie White, number 7, with the ball. Pass it over to McPherson, who just had the goal.
Yeah, it's a tough one to give back there. You get super excited. You're pressing out. All your energy is going to attacking the offense there. Get the turnover, and then I think that excitement level kind of made him a little frantic there, and his feet got a little crazy, his hands got a little crazy, and turned the ball back over. So I think some of the inexperience they're showing there, but good aggression early, and I like to see the pressure.
And it looks like Spalding's in a bit of a zone here. McPherson steps off the pick, lets one fly. That's going to be wide. It's going to stay blue ball. And we've seen Spalding go to that zone defense a couple times.
In the
last few games.
We have, yeah. And I'm curious to see if it's in reaction to McPherson kind of being all over the field here, and the quarterback really the straw that stirs the drink for this Everest team.
Yeah. Oh, that is good check by Robbie Hopper. McPherson sends one through the goalposts. Back up by Everest.
15 on the shot clock here, so the zone definitely slows them down, but and is forcing Everest to take some outside shots, which McPherson is showing he's not afraid to take. Thus far being off cage. So
good save by Blake Connor. Yeah, it looks like Everest is really trying to get that ball to McPherson. Looks like he's probably their main playmaker. Good clear by Jamison Kaufman.
And that is great clear. Find that short stick in the middle of the field. Let him, an athlete like Jamison, give him the ball, put it, let him run. Just let him clear, one-man clear, little punt return.
And Ethan Ostrowski with the ball, working it up top to Alec Howard. Connor Wilbur is going to go. He's going to dodge. Finds Alec Howard, skips it across, and just can't get there. Thrown away by Spalding. Everest ball.
And that's the right look. I mean, the skip lane was there. They got the defense moving, slightly.
Just seemed like it was a bit off target.
Wilbur got underneath the defense, drew two, threw to Alec. Alec had the right idea of skipping it across. I think that was just his feet being set.
It looks like they've got Everest trapped. Running out of time. And he's going to heave it down to the attackman, and that is... And Everest just being harassed by Logan Meehan. Ditches it off, and Everest is going to set up their offense.
Yeah, I think Coach Hockle's going to be a little frustrated with that ride there. Attackman did their job. They dropped back to the midfield line. They made Everest make some decisions and really took about 16 seconds off that clear. And the defense wasn't, locked off man-to-man, matching feet on the far end and kind of gave them, a lifeline there.
And that is going to drive any coach nuts when you're a defenseman and you're not on, and your attackman catches the ball down in the corner like
exactly.
that. Going to lose some sleep. So McPherson is going to pull Ruiz out. Oh, goal by McPherson. Ruiz looked like he pushed him down the alley, and he just, again, McPherson with that strong left hand just got underneath. And quick shot once he got some room.
Yeah, he's definitely a crafty player, and I'm surprised they didn't have somebody, hedging off of their man on the inside, just ready to go. Kind of an early slide to make McPherson at least think about, moving the ball rather than taking a shot there. But made a move, no one slid, and had a quick release. And
it looks like Robbie Hopper was there to go. Just McPherson shot that ball as soon as he got a step on Ruiz.
Right.
And that is Spalding comes up with that face-off. Let's see if they can clear it. Again, this is something that Coach Phipps has been harping on, is clearing consistently, and so far Spalding's been doing so today. Flag down.
Going to get him the offsides call here. So 3:42 left in the quarter here, 60 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to stay with the offense and kind of see if they can, confuse the defense, knowing that they have a funky slide package with that extra man, being caught on this defensive end, knowing that they have a free possession once the ball is turned over.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I mean, it's nice when you're getting the ball back regardless of what happens on this possession, but, it's always nice if you can make it a twofer.
Exactly. We have Diego calling out something, getting his guys set, knowing he has a shorty matchup.
Finds Gordy Bennett, but just couldn't hang on to it. Scrap over in the corner. Comes up Everest, and Spalding will be man up for the first time today.
Man up for Spalding.
Yeah, 30 seconds here on the offsides call. Really interested to see what Coach Cottle has drawn up here in the short clock. They've been relatively successful coming from behind the cage off, set plays off the inbound. Curious to see if they, go back to that, or if they just stay in kind of that triangle rotation, overloading the zone, just finding the open man.
And, I think Coach Cottle's been doing a great job with the extra man offense. They haven't put up a ton of goals, but they've been getting good quality looks, just need to finish. Let's see if they can do so here. Oh. And Bobby Commons just over the cage. I mean, again, that was a good look, just kind of underhanded that one.
Yeah, he was fading,
right over the cage.
His momentum was fading him below goal line extended there. He actually had poked this on the inside, just missed him. But I'm okay with the shot. Good back up. Again, maintain possession.
And the penalty is released. Oh, great take by Diego Garza. Feed from Jack Newell. Just as everything was evened up. Good ball movement by Spalding. And that'll be 2-2, all knotted up here with 2:27 left to play in the first period.
Goal scored by number 10, Diego Garza.
You can see Diego sneaks up and just nice quick release, high to high. That is a beautiful goal.
I'm over here talking about low shooting angles, right? And Diego gets the ball about 1.5 yards above goal line extended and says, you know what, I don't care about the angle. I got all I need. So that's just a great shot. And honestly, it looked, reminiscent of a couple goals he had yesterday, just painting the corners.
Well, goalies are taught get over to the pipe, and he put it right over the goalie's left shoulder. Great ball placement.
And I'm gonna give Coach Cottle a 1-for-1 on man up there. Regardless of the transition there, that was a great execution. And to come back off the face-off, let's see if they can double it up here.
Garza from the wing. Gets it over to Jack Newell. Ben Duffy's going to dodge. And that's outside the cage. Good take by Ben Duffy, just couldn't put it in there.
Yeah, and Duffy's a guy that they're looking to kind of step up and make some more plays. I know he had a great game yesterday against St. Paul's and shown a little bit of that leadership as an upper class.
And someone's got to pick up 10. Gets it over to Liam Moffitt. And Everest is going to slow it down. They had numbers there for a second. Zach Page.
See, Hockel made an adjustment here and tried to avoid that shorty matchup with Ruiz on McPherson.
Yep. And ground ball by Ben Ruiz. Good defensive stop by Spalding.
Ben Reed with the ground ball.
Robbie Hopper going to carry it over.
Less than a minute here in the game, in the quarter.
Yep, shot clock is irrelevant. Let's see if Spalding holds it. And that is an offsides on Spalding. That's going to go back Everest way with 46 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm not sure that. I think they might overrule this. They had 6 guys forward, and they were in the subbing game here, so I think they might overrule this. They're huddling in the middle of the field. Let's see what they have to say.
Yep, that's going back. White ball.
So they're reversing
Connor
offsides.
Wilber's going to pick it up.
Reverse the offsides, 46 seconds here. But, Sean, you're right. Shot clock not a factor. I still want to see the ball either die on this side of the field or result in a goal and go back to the face-off X where they've had success here early in the game.
So, are you telling these guys, hey, we're going to go with 20 seconds left? Or what are what are these guys taught?
I think the messaging from Coach Cottle and Coach Ford here is just get into the set. If it's a good shot, take the good shot. If not, we're not forcing it.
It looks like the weave.
Yep. So
we've seen. That looks like it was a good check by number 11, Logan Fletcher. Just Jack Newell sent that one sailing. 17 seconds left. Spalding's defense is going to have to clamp down here. And that is Will Cook all over them. And that is going to end the quarter. So that is the end of the first period. Cavaliers 2, Everest 2. We'll be back after this break.
As you walk these halls, you'll find innovation, charity, adventure, creativity, endurance, guidance, and if you let them, These halls will take you anywhere.
And welcome back for the start of the second period here at Whittles Field. It is all knotted up. Cavaliers 2, Everest 2. Andrew, it doesn't feel like a 2-2 game.
It doesn't. I mean, just outsider looking in, I think Spalding is outplaying them. I think, McPherson's making a couple big individual plays for Everest, and it really was a lapse of coverage on the defensive side, not getting that long ball over to him. I know he's on the scouting report. I know they talked about it. He got away with a couple opportunities there, which they made the adjustment towards the end and kind of kept him quiet. So, yeah, I'm looking for Spalding to kind of come out and let the scoreboard reflect, the dominance that they're, displaying on the field here for this second quarter.
Yeah, and to your point, making that adjustment, I think they wanted to go early to McPherson, but I think they needed to go a little earlier to McPherson.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that zone. I think they were successful. I think it ended in a turnover, and they took, I think a little bit of frustration out on them when they dropped into that. So wouldn't be surprised to see that here in the second quarter.
And great scoop up by Robbie Hopper. It's going to be white ball. Looking for some help. Jamison Kaufman is there. And it looks like Garza, Gordy Bennett, and Ben Duffy is coming in from the box.
I like Duffy on this wing here. He's got a strong left hand. He's got the short stick matchup. Now he carries him behind here. Let's see what he can do. Looks like we're going into a set play here. Look for Pokeness on the inside off of a screen. See what we can do.
Yeah, it's early in the game. We haven't really seen much from Pokeness. They try to force that one inside. Everest picks it up. Everest is rolling down the field. They have what looks like numbers. Oh, good defense. Oh, good save by Blake Connor. And the run out. It's going to stay blue, though.
Nice save by Connor on that one.
They had point blank on Connor, and he shut him down.
Yeah, kick saving a beauty.
Okay. Good defense from number 26, Dylan Newell, the brother of Jack Newell.
Cousin from up north.
Logan Meehan over here on McPherson. I like this matchup. Meehan, a physical, rangy defenseman. McPherson is definitely not going to shy away from contact, as we've seen early in this game.
Yeah, and it's interesting seeing the adjustment from Everest there, sending a short stick over to McPherson to kind of try and get that switch, or at least make Spalding think about it. But they elected to give it up there and keep the ball moving.
8 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to have to go. Good defense. Good defense by Robbie Hopper.
That's a great stand.
Great defensive stand. Shot clock expires. That is going to be white ball.
I mean, to be able to come down, get a beautiful save early in the shot clock, and then kill another 60 is, that's a momentum builder for the defense. Let's hope the offense can repay the favor here.
And then, didn't want to speak too soon, but a great clear. Good ball movement. Ethan Ostrowski, Connor Wilbur, and coming in from the box is Alec Howard. So it looks like this is one of the lines they're going with today. Let's see if they can put some numbers up. Oh, good look inside to Pokeness, and that is a goal. Sometimes it is better to be lucky than good, and I'm sure that's going to count either way on the stat sheet.
It is. It goes in the paper as a goal, nothing else. So
that was almost like giving Everest a little taste of their own medicine, a little hockey goal there, a little deflection.
I think so, yeah, for sure. I don't know if they got a piece of this.
Looks in, and no, that just looks like was going for Pokeness and right in. Let's call that a changeup.
Sure was.
So that puts the Cavaliers up 3-2, 9:16 left in the second period.
Big face-off here.
Ryan Criswell and Zach Page facing off. Oh, I'm sorry. That is Becker, Karsten, Lippert. Oh, kick save by 25, Nick Parolin.
Great shot by
And that's
Newell.
going to
Great
stay
handle.
white. Good run out by Jack Newell.
Yep, just a better save.
And Garza's going to go from up top. Bang it over to Duffy. Duffy's shot save.
I mean, they're testing this goalie. He's making saves high. He's making them low. I mean, they're definitely making him work for it. But sometimes you got to tip your cap.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's pretty easy to save when you hit him in the chest, right, Andrew?
That too. But for a guy like Duffy, I mean, he's like I said earlier in the broadcast. I mean, he's starting to play a little bit. He's playing with more confidence.
Yep.
And I think that started,
Yep.
last game against St. Paul. So it's tough to squash that. When he's starting to get the momentum going and feeling himself and getting that confidence.
Yep.
It's tough to say, hey, don't take that shot. It was a 7 to 8 yard step down shot. Just got to change his plane a little bit and have the goalie move a little bit more. And I think that finds the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, it was a scoring opportunity, right? And you can't, just like Coach Phipps said, you can't be mad with those. Oh, good physical play. Logan Meehan scoops that ground ball up in the corner. Another good defensive stand by Spalding's defense.
Got Ruiz over here in the corner.
Yep, good clear by Spalding. Ruiz is going to get it back to Jamison, and we know Kaufman's not afraid to shoot. Oh, gets it over to Jack Newell. And they're going to slow it down and set up their offense.
Yeah, and for Newell to pull that out, that's just a really heady play. I mean, they could sense a little bit of shift. They were a little sloppy in the last possession. He had the opportunity to throw the ball back to Jamison for a step down, but he elected to pull the ball out and maintain possession. It may or may not have had something to do with Coach Ford yelling in his ear right there, but either way, it's a great play, and they maintain possession. And
oh, good take by Garza. Good ball movement.
Yeah.
Duffy took it, got it back to Gordy Bennett. Gordy Bennett moved it quickly over to Garza, and Garza has been going hard to the cage. And it looks like Joey Matassa at X. And there's PJ Pokna's shot. Looks like that might have been either a save or off the post. Everest comes up with the ground ball. They got it inside to PJ, and those are going to fall. They just got to keep getting it inside.
Yeah, you're relatively happy with that possession. They took 50 seconds off the shot clock. Started with a great decision on the clear.
Failure to advance on Everest.
Failure to advance on Everest. That's going to go back. White ball.
Bring it back
It's
up to the midfield line.
Start up at the midline. I'll tell you what, Spalding's really been giving Everest trouble on their clears. They've been riding the ball hard. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a couple times where the times wound down and Everest just got caught there, taking too much time. Gordy Bennett up top to Garza, quickly over to Duffy. Back to Matassa. He's going to dodge from X. Garza behind the cage.
Nice little two-man game going here.
Back to Matassa. Wanted to get it up to Gordy Bennett, just a little low. Great play by Logan Meehan to keep it over.
And that was off
Good ground ball.
So we're okay to go back court here.
Yep. Want to watch that pass into the middle, though.
No reset on the shot clock is important to note here. So 30 seconds left. That was good offense. Started with a two-man game behind, drew the slide, had a step-down shot. Just the pass was a little off the mark.
And they're moving the ball. I mean, in my opinion, this game, they've been moving the ball quickly and more so than they have done in the last few games.
For sure. They're playing with a sense of pace, which is good to see. And we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, I mean, these guys should be tired, right? They played 4 quarters against the MIAA.
Oh, good take. That take was by number 16, Jack Newell. And that puts Spalding up 4-2 over Everest with 5:24 to play. A little right-hand take from Jack. How about that?
I'll take it.
See, he pulls him out. he just gets some space and lets it rip.
Scored by number 16, Jack Noel.
Little jump shot action, high to high. That's a big goal, right? And I think it started with, something that we're typically used to seeing on the other side, a turnover leading to a goal, right? They took advantage of the turnover on the clear there, the failure to advance. And
good ground ball by Nolan Filey. Jamison Kaufman thought he wanted to go for a second. Now Spalding's going to settle it down, get their subs.
Yeah, and again, a great decision there. I mean, Jamison, we know, can be an offensive threat on that side of the ball. And in that situation, in transition where you're even like that, it's a good time to dodge.
Got a moving pick on Jamison Kaufman, trying to give
a little too much there.
trying to give Jack Newell a little space to work. Everest clears it. He'll set up their offense.
Yeah, he's got to pull it, pass it, or get off the field as fast as possible.
And we got Ace Bruns and Toby Lees. I think the first time we've called his name this year. Oh, good defense by Logan Meehan. Bodying up McPherson. And that's comes up white.
Great stop. Got numbers here on the near side.
And just note, we got a change in goalies for Spalding. Cole Whitlinger is in the game. And that's Toby Lees carrying it down. Timeout by Spalding with 3:56 left to play in the second period. Cavaliers are up 4-2 over Everest. I mean, Andrew, this is a scrappy, good Everest team, and Spalding seems to be playing extremely well today.
Yeah, they definitely answered the call. With McPherson coming out of the gate hot and being involved in the first 2 goals for Everest, he's been relatively quiet since then, and I think that goes to, Logan's, man-on-man defense down there, and also the help defense when they had a short stick on him for a quick slide. So they've silenced that. I think right now in the huddle for Everest, they got to figure out a game plan to not be a one-trick pony, right? Get the other 5 guys involved. I saw them go out of that 2-man game a little bit, but look for a wrinkle in their offense. But looking back at Spalding here, I like the timeout, right? You just scored the last 2 unanswered. You have nearly 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. Good opportunity to go up 3, and kind of be a backbreaker for this Everest team. So I don't know if we're going to see a set play. I think what we're going to see out of the timeout is just getting into that weave look. It might start from behind, but they've had success with a 2-man game behind, drawing that slide down, towards the end line, and just having that, third attackman or midi slough down from the center of the field into that shooting spot right about 7 yards away from the cage. Just haven't been able to connect the dots already, but I'm looking for some of those step downs to, be buried here.
Andrew, going back to your point about Spalding kind of shutting down McPherson, who seems to be, Everest's go-to offensive player, at what point does the Everest coach kind of use McPherson's strength, which is attracting some of the best matchups, and using that to try to get some other guys open?
Yeah, I mean, he's listed as an attackman and a midfielder on the roster here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe drop him down low instead of bringing him out of the box. So maybe create a little bit of confusion on the Spalding defensive side of the ball, but another turnover here by the offense.
That's thrown away by Ethan Ostrowski, just couldn't get it to Alec Howard.
It's one of the worst turnovers right out of a timeout in any sport. It's frustrating. I see Coach Cottle and Coach Ford, down at the end of the bench conversing here, figuring out, what they can do to avoid that. But that's just a, unforced turnover that hurts.
And those are the ones that Coach Phipps said they don't want, the unforced, non-scoring opportunity turnover. So 3:12 left to play in the second period. Everest has the ball with 45 seconds left on the shot clock. Timeout Everest, with 3:06 left. You got to imagine Everest is trying to draw up a play here to get something back before the half expires.
I would think so. We haven't seen much from a set play perspective tonight. It's kind of been throw the ball to McPherson and let him make some plays. You know, I mentioned already they've sent a short stick over there to try and draw a switch, but you can see they have 2 huddles for both teams here. Offense is split, defense is split, so I think the offensive side for Everest is drawing up something, and I think same thing on the Spalding side here.
And I think Everest, you know, Spalding's been playing man-to-man defense. They've thrown the zone in a couple of times. If you're Evan Hockel, right, do you want to throw in a zone right here knowing that they're probably going to draw up a play to get a goal on this possession?
I think you could be right. I mean, I would doubt that Everest is coming out of the huddle with a play designed for a zone. They're probably coming out, you know, expecting a man-to-man. Hey, this is the matchup we're looking for. We want to get it to the wing, dodge the shorty, or send a shorty out to the long pole for McPherson possibly. So I do think that would be, you know, kind of a curveball for Everest if Spalding came out in that zone. But, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? The man-to-man defense has been working well, and, you know, Logan's been on them like Velcro. So I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Kind of like the shoes you're wearing.
I'm close. I'm very close to learning. You know, the loop, swoop, and pull, it's got me. But we're almost there. I just want to match your wallet. So, you know, we are same.
Velcro everything, Scally. It's a rap song waiting to happen. All right. Coming out of the timeout, Everest ball. Nolan Marshall carrying behind. Gets it over to number 18, Matthew Drimmy. He's going to go from behind.
Looks like
switch by Ben Ruiz.
Soft face guard here, or maybe not even soft, with Will Cook with a long pole on McPherson. So trying to eliminate him altogether.
Shot, and that is going to be run out by Cole Whitlinger. That's going to be...
I don't know about that one.
Nope, they gave it to Blue.
I don't know about that one.
I think I saw Cole there. So now Logan Meehan is matched up on Robbie White. Good defense by Logan Meehan. And shot over the cage. That's going to be goalie ball. There we go.
And I like what Coach
good defensive
did there.
stand.
Yeah, that's a great adjustment on that timeout to go to that face guard on McPherson and put Logan out on the next best, you know, stick handler. Kind of took him out of the play altogether.
And Garza running hard. He's going to clear it. Oof. Jameson almost couldn't snag that one. But was able to hold on to it. Gives it up to Gordy Bennett. They're going to get Ben Duffy on and then get into their set.
I like this
Gordy
lineup
Bennett
here.
Did. Flip to Garza.
Standpoint, a lot of speed.
Garza flip back. Jack Newell gets it over to Pokness. Pokness puts it up top left corner. Great goal, PJ Pokness.
I mean, that's what you're looking for. Like, exactly how they drew it up. I think 4 out of 6, maybe 5 out of 6 players touched the ball in that possession.
I mean, phenomenal ball movement. Flip. Garza back to Newell. Newell gets it right down to PJ. PJ just kind of fading, and boom.
Yeah,
that was a great offensive possession. So Cavaliers now up 5-2 with 1:44 left to play in the second period. Ryan Criswell and Joshua Sweet at the face-off, and that's going to be Everest ball.
Great grab there from Caden Hewitt. Good pressure, extending the pressure here.
And timeout. Saw that coming. Looks like they had the adjacents cut off there. So Everest takes a timeout with 1:32 left. I mean, you got to imagine they're in the huddle saying they got to get at least one on the board here before the half's up.
I think the conversation is no different than the last timeout that they had, and now Spalding's kind of showed their cards a little bit as far as what they're going to do defensively with that pressure on McPherson. So I would like to see, you know, I'm now talking as an Everest coach, right? You got to find a way to get McPherson involved in the play. even though he's he's shut off. So you got to send him out to set a pick knowing that Spalding doesn't want to switch. But defensively for Spalding, you got to know that's coming.
Yeah.
Right. And you got to communicate, and you're essentially playing 5v5 out on the field, and they practice that. That's a scenario that every team practices. And so it a slight adjustment to the slide package and rotation, but it's definitely something they've seen and should be comfortable with.
And it takes a lot of communication from the defenseman, whoever's on ball and whoever's the adjacent, to know, are we going to stay? Are we going to stay with our men, or are we going to switch?
Right.
Get through or switch, and it's got to be kind of a split-second call. Obviously, you don't want to switch from McPherson and give him the matchup that he wants.
Sure.
But at the same time, you can't afford to get completely picked off.
Yeah, and one way to avoid, speaking from the offensive coach's mindset here, one way to get the ball in McPherson's stick, without having to break that face guard, is to start with the ball. So looks like they're actually starting with Dylan Cordingley here. So let's see what they do defensively.
It looks like they're starting McPherson kind of on that backside of the crease.
I think they're in that zone look. So let's see how they finish this last minute 26.
And this is what I was kind of not expecting, but thought Coach Hockel may want to do, is throw a little wrinkle in here and start out in the zone, knowing that Everest might have a play. Gets it behind at number 18, Matthew Drimmie. And that's Dylan Newell.
Wow, great look.
Little flip.
Better pickup here.
Yep.
Unbelievable ground ball.
Oh, great look across the field to Jamison Kaufman. There's some numbers. Wanted to get Jack Newell. And that is blue ball. Ref called a tip, but...
Wow.
Oh, they gave it to Spalding.
Well, they must have had it with a deflection there to give it to him, because it looked like it went right off of Newell and out of bounds, but maintain possession, 49 seconds. I don't know if we're going to have a replay here, but either way, we'll take it. And right there, we talked about earlier with Jamison coming down, defensive-minded player, I think, naturally, but definitely not afraid to push the tempo offensively. And right there, he had a trailer, he had Hopper, and he had Newell. I think it was a little too many options for him to make a decision, and unfortunately made the wrong one. But got lucky, maintained possession. 50 seconds here, 70 seconds on the shot clock. They had success last possession on that weave. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with the same midi line, the same attackman, and got right into that. Get the defense moving a little bit, and again, look for that step down at about 7 yards, either coming from above the cage with the weave or behind the cage with a two-man game. Yep.
Coach Cottle and Coach Ford both animated, explaining to these guys what they want to see on this next play out. And I will tell you what, Coach Cottle's mustache, that is, Tom Selleck might start getting jealous.
It commands respect, and so that huddle, if he's talking, I'm listening. So let's see if they can execute on this play here. And it looks like Everest coming out in a double team. Goalie out playing Diego. Diego's got to work hard to get the ball.
Looks like Joey Matassa with the ball behind the cage starting up. Yep.
Great
little bounce pass to Diego up.
So you break the pressure, you get into set, and you're good.
Gordy Bennett over on the wing. Getting some activity from Spalding on the crease. Gordy Bennett calling his player in. He wants to go for a little two-man. Matassa with the pick. Gordy bangs it up top to Garza. Fake flip from Jack Newell. He's going to take it. Oh, just wide to the left.
Flag down. I knew that was coming. High hit
from number 15.
High hit and late.
Caden Hewitt. Jack Newell a little slow to get up. Looked like he might have got his bell rung a little bit.
Unnecessary roughness, 1 minute.
So if you could hear that at home, that is a 1 minute penalty, unnecessary roughness on Everest Academy. There is 17 seconds left in the second period. Cavaliers lead 5-2 over Everest Academy out of Canada. And we have an injury timeout. Jack Newell is still down on the field. Let's hope he's all right.
Just going back, though, offensively, that's the look that Spalding's been looking for. They've had it now in the last couple possessions. Good movement up top, sharing the ball, playing with pace. letting the ball do the work right there. Jack coming to a strong hand off of a flip kind of throws that defense off. They don't know whether they're switching, whether they're staying. Jack freed his hands and had a great shot, just couldn't put on cage, just missed a little bit wide. That's exactly what they're looking for, though. So we called it, right? They come out of timeout, they get right back in the same set that's been successful, and the guys are dodging hard to score, which is good to see.
And Jack Newell is up and walking. Good to see he's okay. They're going to take him over to the sideline, make sure he's all right. Hopefully Jack is good to get back in the game. But, Andrew, when on those flip plays, is Jack looking to see, do I have a step, or are you kind of going into it thinking, all right, I'm going to flip it, or I'm not going to flip it, or do you kind of look to see where the defensemen are before you?
The beauty of the weave is you have there's optionality. So if he comes off of that flip and he can turn the corner and get downhill towards the cage, he's allowed to shoot. But if he doesn't, if he's run off of his line and kind of forced away from the cage, he has somebody coming right to his face that he can get the ball to, and then he becomes that screen guy that frees up the next guy. So,
yep.
And here we have Spalding just eating the clock.
They're going to hold it out so they can start with the ball in the second half. And that is going to do it for the first half here at Whittles Field. Spalding over Everest Academy 5-2. We'll be back after this break.
As you walk these halls, you'll find innovation, charity, adventure, creativity, endurance, guidance. And if you let them, these halls will take you anywhere.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and it transitions directly onto the field, where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
I still remember my first day.
You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find a deepened faith.
Become a leader.
You're going to be pushed more than you ever have been before.
It's going to be difficult.
And this community will help you become the best version of yourself.
You're about to have some of the best days of your lives here.
And when you look back, you will realize you were always part of something bigger.
As you walk these halls, you'll find innovation, charity, adventure, creativity, endurance, guidance. And if you let them, these halls will take you anywhere.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and it transitions directly onto the field where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
I still remember my first day.
You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find a deepened faith.
Become a leader.
You're going to be pushed more than you ever have been before.
It's going to be difficult.
And this community will help you become the best version of yourself.
You're about to have some of the best days of your lives here.
And when you look back, you will realize you were always part of something bigger.
As you walk these halls, you'll find innovation, charity, adventure, creativity, endurance, guidance, and if you let them, these halls will take you anywhere.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and it transitions directly onto the field where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
I still remember my first day.
You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find a deepened faith.
Become a leader.
You're going to be pushed more than you ever have been before.
It's going to be difficult.
And this community will help you become the best version of yourself.
You're about to have some of the best days of your lives here.
And when you look back, you will realize you were always part of something bigger.
As you walk these halls, you'll find innovation, charity, adventure, creativity, endurance, guidance, and if you let them, these halls will take you anywhere.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and that transitions directly onto the field. That consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
And welcome back to Whittles Field for the matchup between your Archbishop Spalding Cavaliers and Everest Academy. Cavaliers are up 5-2. Andrew, that first half had a lot of good things out of that Spalding team on both ends of the field.
Yeah, it's been a game of runs. It's really the theme of the season. You know, against St. Paul's yesterday, give up a few goals, get a few goals back. Give up a few goals, get a few back. Right there we saw Spalding make a couple good stands on the defensive side, turned into goals on the offensive side, stretched that lead to 3. And we're seeing a change here actually in Cage, which is surprising. But also not so surprising. I think Coach Phipps has been pretty adamant about getting both these guys a lot of repetition. From a defensive standpoint, you know, what is your mindset seeing a new face behind you, you know, quarter to quarter?
Well, you know, you are in practice with these guys all the time, right? And the way Coach Phipps trusts all these goalies, you know, they're probably all getting equal reps, so you're getting to know them. And your job is to protect your man back there, no matter who it is, right? It's your teammate. So, I mean, obviously the communication may be different. Different goalies have different styles of communicating, different things they like. So it's just getting used to them and understanding what they want from you as their first line of protection, if you will.
Sure. Spalding starting here with the ball, no face-off. 30 seconds left on the penalty. Set play.
Working it up top. Gordy Bennett going to let it fly. Looks like that was wide.
21 left on the
That is Bobby Commons
penalty.
picking it up behind X. Going to get it over to Connor Wilbur.
Working
back up to Garza.
3-3 here.
Back over to Commons. And he's going to let it rip, and that's blocked by number 16, Patrick McDowell.
Some good
Everest with the ball
there.
back.
Just couldn't cash in.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see Matassa take that shot over there. He was, you know, about
Had it for
a yard or
second
two
there.
above the cage, and there was no one around. Instead, went to go feed it inside.
But again, you know, I'm okay with them maintaining possession. Too often so far this season, we've seen that same, you know, scenario. You pull a shot, we have no backup, or you know, goalie makes a save with a popcorn shot.
Yep.
I'm okay with maintaining possession. They used some more of the clock and gave themselves another opportunity to make another play. Didn't happen, but, you know, I'm okay with it.
Try to get a pick up top. Move it over to McPherson. Logan Meehan been doing a great job today bodying up McPherson, making him work. Oh, good stick by Robbie Hopper. McPherson tried to feed it over the cage, but Robbie Hopper was there. And Robbie is off to the races. Look at those long legs gallop. And he's going to get it up. Jamison Kaufman, who we know can handle the ball on the offensive side of the field.
Subbing both defensive midi and close defender off here, get their offensive set.
Yep. So we got Ben Duffy, Gordy Bennett, and Garza at the midfield.
Haven't called Duffy's name since early in that first quarter. Let's see if he can get going here in the
And he's going to dodge, slips underneath, gets it over to Garza. Garza's going to let that one fly just over the cage. Good backup by Mallet.
I'm telling you, Garza's confidence has grown tenfold here, and he's not afraid to pull it, and we know why. You know, a goal early in the game. We'd love to see him pick up some momentum here and put some in the back of the net.
And Mallet shifty behind the cage. Skips it across to Jack Newell. Jack Newell off the right post. And that's a shot And Everest picks up that up. Still on the ground.
Meehan just relentless.
Good pickup by Pokness. That's going to be... Looks like that's going to be a hold.
He's got a hold and a reset ball here on the offensive side for Spalding.
So Spalding's got a fresh shot clock. And look at that shot, just right off the post. Good take by Jack Newell. Good look by Gordy Bennett.
But this goes back a play that's not going to end up in the paper or in the box score. Logan Meehan just attentive at the midfield
Shot
line.
by Garza.
Keeping the ball on the offensive side of the field. Eventually gives it up, but then rides hard and gets the ball turned back over. Getting the ball over to PJ, maintain possession.
Take by Gordy Bennett.
Just all-around good play.
Spalding's getting some good shots here at the start of the third quarter. Moving the ball well. Something they did well in the first half as well. Gordy Bennett dodging, sweeping across, going to let that fly. Good save by number 25, Nick Perolin. The goalie heading to Stevens.
Yeah, it's a great save. Good hard dodge downhill, north to south.
Great take. And Everest is going to clear it, and he's going to let that one fly. Easy snag for Cole Whitlinger. He's going to quick clear to Duffy. Duffy up to Ace Bruns. Good clear. Another clear.
Yeah, great save, great clear.
Been a strong part of Spalding's game today. Has been clearing the ball. They're going to settle it down, get their subs on.
Here's Ostrowski with about 15-yard head start. Shorty matchup.
Yeah, it looks like they're clearing out for him, giving him some space. He's going to get it down to Ben Duffy. Ben Duffy's going to dodge. Looks like, great look. Good look to Jack Newell on the inside. And a little chippy after the goal. But great goal by Jack Newell. Great look by Ben Duffy. And that is going to put Spalding up 6-2 over Everest with 7:40 left to play in the third period. And you see he slips down. Jack Newell just slips up and boom, puts it where the goalie's not. Great take.
Yeah, number 5 for Everest there.
And look at Jack Newell getting a little chippy. You like to see some emotions from the guy.
A little fire. But yeah, that's just a great individual play by Duffy. Good hard dodge down the side.
Good win by Ryan Criswell. But that's where that comfort level is coming from, the practices and the games. They're getting to know each other. Oh, stick up high. No flag.
Let them play.
Jameson with the pick. Got some angry parents down there wanting a flag. And that is... Couldn't tell what happened there, but quick restart. And that is a goal.
I think caught everybody off guard there.
I don't even know what quite happened there.
What happened?
I don't know what the penalty was, but it went back white, or went to blue, quick restart. Everyone was caught off guard.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate one. They're going to walk back. I mean, caught in a transition play, quick whistle. Defense was caught above the restraint line. Everest took advantage of it, found the open man, right in front of the cage, buried it.
That's why they always say when the ball's not, even though the ball's not at your end of the field, you still need to be head in the game.
Yep.
Knowing what's going on. Good pickup by 23. Becker, Karsten Lippert after the faceoff. Good check by Spalding.
Big ground ball here.
Scrapping, and Logan Meehan comes up with it.
Great look.
And he's going to get it up to Millette.
High hit.
And that is a flag down.
Feels like this game's kind of getting away from the refs here a little bit in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah,
here. Letting them play, not letting them play.
Been a little slow to throw some flags.
But that's a great look by Logan, finding the streaking Mollet down the middle of the field. Great handle. Kind of caught off bounce a little bit, and fortunately, as he was stumbling, took the high hit, ate it. And Everest will go on the man down for about a minute here.
So Spalding is going to be man up here for 1 minute. I think this is the second time they've been man up today. Had some success on their first man up. I think we gave it to them, even though it was somewhat even. Gordy Bennett with another shot. Gordy likes that area over there, taking those shots.
He does. He's a little deep there early in the shot clock for my liking, but if it's there, take it.
They're going to move the ball. Matassa gets it up to Connor Wilbur.
They're in a 32
over to
look
Gordy
here.
Bennett. PJ Poknes comes off the crease. Connor Wilbur down to Jack Newell, sees PJ Poknes inside, and PJ scores. Good look, good take. Coach Cottle's going to be happy with that one.
I think the mustache is dancing over there. They went from several. They were kind of working in and out of different formations, and it kind of caught Everest, sleeping a little bit. So
look at that,
from a
PJ
2-3-1
just
to a
a great
3-3.
finish.
Yeah, great find. Yeah, Jack Newell getting his name in the paper a couple different ways here today.
Yep,
it's good to see.
And it's a great way to bounce back after that kind of bizarre goal off that restart. And that's a violation on Ryan Criswell. It's going to be blue ball. And I know I've said it, but I'll say it again. Spalding's defense has really been looking sharp. They've been playing physical. There's been one or two lapses, but other than that, they've been pretty firm. They've been cycling some guys in. Looks like we have number 31, Grayson Dunn, in on defense. Ben Ruiz and Jamison Kaufman. McPherson has Jamison the shorty. He's going to go. Early slide from Grayson.
Good take there, just a little wide. Everest maintains possession here.
And you see that Spalding slid, Grayson slid very early to McPherson, which I think is part of Coach Hochul's game plan. And Brock La Rochelle, sophomore, on the ball. And 21 Nathan Renaud is going to take Ben slips. Good slide by Grayson. Good check. Good check by Grayson Dunn. Good look up the field to Robbie Hopper, and we know Robbie likes it. Good look. Good take.
Wow.
Robbie Hopper bangs it over to PJ Poknes, and Poknes puts it away. You got to love that. Great defense on this side. Great play. Starts with Grayson Dunn. Great check. Gets the ball up to Robbie Hopper, and Robbie Hopper is just going to go with it.
I think he's thinking, I have too many goals this year. Let me get in the assist.
Let me get off to PJ. But great catch and release by PJ Poknes to put that one. And that puts Spalding up 8-3 with 4 minutes and 46 seconds left in the third period.
Yeah, just a great team goal all in all.
Plays like that just get your juices going, Andrew.
It sure does.
Ryan Criswell wins the face-off. Gets it back to Robbie Hoppers. Going up to Nolan Filey. Got a pull on him, and that's going to be a flag down. Looks like it's a slash on to Nolan Filey by number 5, Liam Moffitt. So Spalding's going to get what we'll call a free possession here.
Right, so
we have Ethan Ostrowski, Alec Howard, and Connor Wilbur on the midfield. Sorry, Andrew, go ahead.
No, you're
good.
You they'll play his possession, as if it's just even.
Ooh, step down by Alec Howard off the post. Tell you what, Alec put every little bit of what he had into that shot.
Sure did.
It's a rocket.
But that's a great opportunity for the offense. I was explaining, with a flag down, as long as the offense maintains possession, they have a free possession until it changes possession.
Yep.
And then at that point, the whistle is blown, they get the ball back uncontested, and it starts the man-up opportunity.
Yep.
So it's similar to football where, defenseman jumps offside, quarterback automatically takes that shot downfield knowing that it's a free play and they're going to get to reset and the advancement on the penalty.
Oh, I didn't know you knew how to play football.
I sure do. Sure do. A lot of fantasy. A lot of fantasy football.
And another take by Gordy. He's really been taking a lot of shots from that area of the field. Just hasn't gotten any of them to go yet. That Bobby Commons picks up the ball behind the cage, gets it over to Gordy Bennett, up to Connor Wilbur.
A little pressure
got
outside
the pole
here.
on him. Jack Newell.
Keep an eye on Diego in the bottom corner here. They're getting caught looking upfield. One more pass here.
And he's got a quick release
Just
shot
like
wide. Good backup by Jack Newell. And just like you, just as you said that, they got it down to Garza and he let one fly. And I've been very impressed with Diego's release. He's been catching and releasing those shots, not really thinking too much about it and just letting it fly.
20 seconds left on the man-up opportunity here. A little roll-off play. Look for Pokeness inside here.
Finds Gordy Bennett's going to let that fly. Looks like that was deflected. And that's Everest ball comes up with it. 3 minutes left to play in the third. And again, Spalding's ride. It's been pretty tough. Everest able to break this one. And Will Cook all over him. I'll tell you what, when Will's man gets the ball on those clears, he is hounding them. A converted midfield picking up a pole this year, and love what I'm seeing out of Will Cook.
And he's got a motor. I mean, he just ran around for about 120 yards and traveled about 20. But,
and that midfielder just like, get away from me.
Yeah,
please stop.
He's buzzing.
So Everest working it around the horn.
And Sean, I feel like that's a new wrinkle for the defense there as far as the pressure goes. Early in the season, we saw Hochul get the defense, get back to that hub, get in front of the cage, protect your goal, and then work your way out. It seems like, from my perspective, they're pressing early. They're looking for that turnover early in the possession there, making them, flustered and hoping for a turnover. And it's paid off a couple times today.
Exactly. I was about to say it has paid off a couple times. And I know Coach Hochul did want to play some real hard-nosed, and that's a shot by number 7. Goes wide over the cage. It's going to stay Everest ball. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to dump it to the corner and get their defensive players on the field. But no, that was one of the things Coach Hochul was really wanted to do, was play more aggressive defense, and it's really been paying off today. Ace Bruns
another successful
gets it over to
here.
Jameson Kaufman, and Spalding is going to change out their defensive middies. Connor Wilbur, Ethan Ostrowski, and Alec Howard back on the field. Alec had another great shot last time he was out. Looks inside to Pokeness. Oh, Pokeness with the left-handed shot. Good save by the goalie, Nick Parolin.
Yeah, it's a good look, good handle there. Just a better save. Again, that's a tough one. Early in the shot clock, it was one dodge, one feed for an assist, and it didn't pan out. Wow, nice deflection there.
It was a heck of a pass across the cage.
Yeah,
just deflected.
Good play by Nolan Foley there.
And Everest getting into their set.
Yeah, not much clock to work with here. About 30 seconds left in the
Toby
third quarter
Lees,
here.
a sophomore midfielder for Spalding, is in the game. And Ben Ruiz behind. They slide. Logan Meehan slides. They get it over. That shot's wide. Looks like another deflection by Nolan Filey.
Yeah. And you got to be happy with that short stick defense by Ben. I know his grandma's listening out in Colorado, so shout out to Lynn. Great man.
Hey, Lynn.
Great man-to-man defense back there. And that's, as a defense, you're kind of out on an island there, right, Sean? I mean, you don't want that matchup. Offensively, you're taught to find those matchups and take advantage of them. So great job individually there.
And that is going to end the third quarter. Spalding is up 8-3 over Everest Academy, and we will be right back after this break.
As you walk these halls, you'll find innovation, charity, adventure, creativity, endurance, guidance. And if you let them, these halls will take you anywhere.
And we are back here at Whittles Field. Archbishop Spalding is up 8-3 over Everest Academy. And it is a beautiful night here. Spalding has been playing well, Andrew. Defense has been playing tough. I know we've talked about it. They've been playing aggressive. Offense has been moving the ball. It seems like this is the team that we may have wanted to see the first few games of the season, but it seems like they're starting to gel now, starting to get their teamwork together. What did you see in this game that has impressed you most from Spalding?
They're building confidence on both sides of the field. Defensively, from the first game of the season, they've said, "Hey, we're the guys, right? We're going to be aggressive. We're going to set the tone." Offensively, it was almost a maturation process that happened over the last few games. And despite being on a 4-game losing streak, that builds character. Right? You get punched in the face a couple times. At some point you dig your heels and say enough's enough. Offensively, I've been very impressed with what they've done. They've gotten into their sets. They're dodging with a purpose. They're finding the open man. They're burying the ball. The score could be a lot worse than what it is right now. They had a great third quarter there, but Everest's their goalie's been stepping up and making saves. So without a couple of those saves where he's standing on his head, the game could have been far out of hand here.
Yep.
But right now, 5-goal lead. I think the message is, though, you don't come off the gas pedal.
No.
Right? This is an opportunity to build more momentum and get into that MIAA season. It's a wide-open conference so far, as we've seen from some of these early scores. So looking to capitalize on that, get more repetition, and build for later in the season.
And I know we talked about that confidence early on later in the season, but, to get a win over a tough Everest Academy is going to give them confidence leading into the rest of the MIA play. So if they can just hold on to this one and like you said, keep the foot on the gas, should come out of here with a win. Up top with number 7, Robbie White. Gets it over to 21, Nathan Renaud. Renaud passes high off McPherson, and that's going to go out of bounds. And that's going to be white ball. Logan Meehan to pick it up. Looks upfield to Jamison Kaufman. Jamison is going to leg it over for an easy clear.
Love when another team makes it easy for you.
Oh, yeah.
You have a wholesale there changing everybody out.
Door wide open. Walk on over.
Find the open man and run it out.
Yep. Garza holds it up top. It's going to get it over to Duffy. Duffy back to Garza. And Duffy's going to dodge.
Likes his matchup, looking to get in that weave.
Gordy dodges, takes a left-handed shot. Just a little wide. Good backup. It's going to stay Spalding ball.
44 on the shot clock, so plenty to work with.
And they're going to get that up to Jack Newell.
I like Bennett and Duffy playing a 2-man game here, both with short sticks. So even if somebody slides, you can run through a short stick.
There it is. Gordy gets a step. Looks inside. It looks like PJ looked for a second and then looked away. A little mistimed.
Transition opportunity here for Everest.
Yep. Good recovery.
Wow.
Oh, good spin.
Wow.
Oh, good save. And that is a save by number 29, Jacob Newman.
Great play. And guess who? Hopper.
Yep.
Hopper on the clear. Numbers if they hustle.
Looks across, and Duffy's going to pull it out. Smart play by Duffy to pull it out, slow it down.
Yep.
Let Robbie get back.
At this point, with a 5-goal lead, the most important thing on the field is the ball in possession. So, smart play there by Duffy.
That's Ethan Ostrowski dodging from up top. And he's going to take it behind. He likes his matchup against number 7, Robbie White.
Step down for Alec.
Oh, looks like it deflected. Still going to be white ball. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time.
Yeah, it's a well-designed play by Coach Ford and Coach Cottle there. You know, you dodge hard from X. You have a cutting pokeness, which is his sweet spot, and you have a big shot, and Alec Howard stepping down into space. Unfortunately got deflected, but great design.
Good ball movement. He wanted to get it inside to pokeness again. Just couldn't get it. It looks like the goalie might have come out of the crease and then gone back in, but refs are going to let him play on.
Seconds.
Man, Everest. Good look.
Bailed out there, only a couple
Jacob
seconds left to
Jank.
clear it.
And we've seen that a couple times today. Guys just haven't been kind of airtight, and they've been able to sneak those in. Good ball movement from Everest. Shot, goal by number 18, Matthew Drimmy, heading to Vermont.
Yeah,
and that was just good ball movement by Everest. Had Spalding kind of off balance a little bit and just made the extra pass. You'll see here there was a slide, 2 slide, and then, that's just...
It's good offense.
The 3rd slide, Logan Meehan was there for the 3 slide, but just, good ball movement.
Eight minutes to play here
Chris
in the fourth.
Well. We're tied up. Liam Moffitt. And
Big
that's
save.
going to be an easy save for Jacob Newman. And Robbie Hopper just almost invites his attackman to test him.
I held my breath there a little bit. He was tight roping the sideline, maintained his balance, and had a great crossfield look.
Spalding gets it over Garza with showing some speed across the midfield line. And there, Spalding's going to get their offensive unit on. Ben Duffy coming in from the box. So we have Bennett, Garza, and Duffy at the midfield. Pokeness, Mullet.
Ooh, great shot.
Good take by Gordy Bennett. Jack Newell there to collect it. Pass batted down. Mullet coming around the cage.
Good time
Gets
to
it
dodge
up to
here.
Garza. Garza's going to go, and he's going to let it rip. Looks like good check.
I tell you what, the
Everest
last
picks up
couple
the ball.
possessions, it's been tough to get the ball even through the defender to the cage. A lot of deflections there.
Yep. And Everest Academy's going to slow it down here. If you're at Everest Academy, Andrew, and you're down 8-4 with 6:30 left, I mean, when do you really start to push it?
I'm a little surprised with what's going on right now, keeping the pole in the field as long as they did, knowing, to your point.
And Robbie Hopper, surrounded by 4 blue jerseys, picks the ground ball up. And just
Tough
Dylan Newell just couldn't hang on to that.
Got to get in and match up here. This is a big possession for Spalding defensively.
And Robbie Hopper over there with his 4th cause turnover. I think he has about $8 million on the season. We'll have to get some real numbers.
That was $8 million in one, actually,
yeah.
right there. We saw it live.
But he's been collecting those cause turnovers this season.
He's playing with confidence. Love to see it.
And Ben Ruiz comes up with the great ground ball.
And a great outlook.
Yep, great outlook to Logan Meehan. Andrew, you have such great things to say. I just have to repeat you sometimes.
Imitation.
And that is offsides on Spalding. That's going back blue ball.
Best form of flattery.
Yeah, these are just some of my favorite nights, Andrew. Just you and I calling a game.
I can't remember a better Wednesday night at 7 o'clock here at Widows Field. I can't.
number 7, Robbie White. Okay.
But Sean, defensively, this is a position they haven't really found themselves in often this season. Up 4, 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Game is in hand, but there's still a lot of clock left to play.
Good physical play from Ace Bruns, but the ref's going to throw the flag. I don't know. Oh, Everest is going to stay in play. Looks like he might get Ace Bruns with a cross check there.
And another one.
And another one. That ref might run out of flags. Go, good slide. Good check.
Got the ball up here.
Yep.
That might be
there
another
we
one.
go.
He's throwing his hat.
Oh, and that.
2 more flags come in. And
2 more flags. That might be an unnecessary roughness.
I think they're going to be 3-man up. If I tracked all that successfully, I saw a lot of yellow flags on the field. I saw a hat, and he might take his belt off for a second.
I can't say I agree with a couple of those calls. I think it's just good physical play. And we're waiting to get the calls sorted out on the field. But it looks like Spalding might be going 3 men down.
Yep. Is it 2?
So
2 men down.
Okay, 2 men down.
Referee's upset he threw so many flags. He's now got to retrieve them all. I think he's putting in the miles tonight.
And I think
but
that's
they are down
I think
3.
that's another
Another cross check and illegal hit to the head.
Gotcha. So that's going to be a minute for each.
I mean, Sean, I'd like to ask you what you do defensively here, but I don't know if there's an answer.
You run around like a chicken with your head cut off and just try to kind of get a feel for where the ball's going next. There's a lot of anticipation. A lot of anticipation, and you just got to move hard. I mean, that's tough when it's 6-on-3. Good shot by McPherson.
So now, 4 minutes left, right? We were talking less than a minute ago about having that 4-goal lead and what you do offensively and what your mindset is defensively. Now it's a 3-goal game, and this face-off has a little bit more extra pressure, on it. So let's see what Criswell can do here.
Yep, and it looks like Spalding's still going to be down a man. One of those was unreleasable.
So even if Spalding gets possession here, expect some pressure from Everest.
Yep. And Everest gooses it back, picks the ball up. Spalding's going to have to get into a ride. Oh, and thrown out of bounds.
What a gift. So, I mean, that was a great situation there for Spalding. Ball moves away from the Everest offensive side of the field.
Dangerous
kills
pass.
Time. And then Everest gives it back on a turnover. So Spalding, if they are smart and protect the ball here, and they cannot.
Nope.
Transition
good check.
opportunity.
And McPherson's going to take that wide. Always nervous when you see him up close.
Yeah.
Up close to the goal.
And I think Newman actually got a piece of that. I think that was a great save. Just deflected just wide of the cage.
And Spalding called a timeout with 3:28 left to play. And the upcoming schedule for Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse, they have the boys from the Eastern Shore, Ken Island, here at Spalding on April 10th. They also have another MIAA matchup against John Carroll up in Baltimore. And then they have another MIAA matchup against Gilman here at home on April 14th.
Yeah, another stretch there with back-to-back games, one out of conference, one in conference. We said it, maybe game 2 or 3, playing Hill Academy. It's a tough schedule.
Yeah.
Every single team on that schedule was picked specifically to challenge this team and to get them ready for MIAA play and keep them sharp throughout the season. and we're seeing that with that upcoming schedule. So good opportunities for them to get back in that win column. 3:28 left to play here with a 3-goal lead. This would be a big one for them.
This is going to be tough, right? This is where you see what kind of grit your players have, right? They got to bear down, got to play some tough defense. Offense has got to take care of the ball, get some good quality takes. We'll see how Spalding comes out here after this timeout.
Still man down for another 6 seconds. Hopefully they can kill this and get back to an even situation.
Oh, wow. Take from up top. Looks like that was number 17, Nolan Marshall, heading to UMass Lowell.
That's a tough one right there. I mean, still in the man-up situation. Spalding had their release man running across the midfield line, so still uneven when that shot went off. Kind of caught in limbo.
Yeah, he found that gap.
Defense kind of thinking, hey, they're just going to pull this out, and no one took advantage of that.
Well, you saw La Rochelle kind of look up at Dylan Newell, and they were communicating. It's just he kind of got caught, like you said, in that no man's land, and he saw the space and let it fly.
No push there.
And Everest Academy, 8-6 with 3 minutes left to play, gets the ball again on the offensive side of the field.
Big possession here, need to stop. Momentum is clearly shifted over to the Everest Academy, so they're playing with confidence, and looks like they're going to take a timeout here and draw up another play and try and cut this thing to 1.
Timeout, Everest.
And now if you're Coach Hockle in this huddle, right, what are you telling your defense? Just take a deep breath.
You're exactly right.
Relax.
Yep.
Do what we've been doing all game. Continue to play aggressive, right? You don't want to pull back just because they might have gone on a run. You want to keep doing what you're doing.
Well, yes, you have to tell them to take a deep breath and also look situationally how they gave those goals up. So it's been some sloppy play. It's been a couple man down situations, 3 men down. So it's a matter of stopping the bleeding, taking that deep breath, getting back to the basics here. I am looking for Coach Hockle to come out in a similar set to what he did after one of the timeouts in the third quarter there, where he threw in a wrinkle and went to a shutoff with Will Cook, and then he also came out after another one in a zone. So interested to see what he comes out in here. I think there's going to be something. I don't know if it's going to be straight man-to-man or if there's going to be something else going on, but I'm looking at my keeper right now. I'm looking at him. He's played well all game. Guys, we got this. 3 minutes left. It starts with 1 stop, 1 clear, get the ball to the offense, and let's win this game.
Yep. And that's Jacob Newman in the cage. So we've seen, true to Coach Phipp's word, we've seen all 3 goalies here this game. And let's see if Jacob Newman coming in almost as the closer, see if he can close this one out. So that's Nolan Marshall, who had the last goal up top over to McPherson. And they're in that zone look.
So keep an eye on McPherson with the ball here.
Yep.
Near side.
And good switch off by Robbie Hopper.
Wow.
And good save. Force that outside shot, and that's really what that zone is meant to do, is force that outside shot, allow your goalie the opportunity to make that save. And good quick clear by Spalding.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. I mean, that's a 15-yard shot with a defender stick, charging out at him. Goalie saw it the entire way. And then the play that goes unnoticed is the outlet.
Yes.
Right? Put it out in front of Jamison.
Quick.
He didn't need to put it right on the money. Throw it out there knowing he has about 10-yard, 15-yard head start on anybody. Let him run under it, make a play, and then he cleared it. Great heads-up play, pulled it out. Now we got just under 2 minutes left, and the offense has the ball.
And that is staying white ball. Looks like that was tipped. And if you're Coach Cottle and Coach Ford, I'm thinking you guys are. Looks like that was a timeout. Spalding. But if you're Coach Cottle and Coach Ford, you're just like, guys, let's relax. Let's get a good set. Let's take some time off the clock, right? Like you said, it's 1:47 left. You have 38 seconds left on the shot clock. It's an 8-6 game. Get the ball around the horn a couple times.
It's going to be tough here. I would imagine Everest being down 2 is going to press out here. We saw them already off that restart, starting in the double, pulling the goalie out of the cage. So right now, I mean, it's great timeout. But we talked about it early in the broadcast. Situational awareness. They've practiced this, right? They've practiced being up 2, up 1, down 2, down 1, in various time, management situations. This is one of them. And again, one they haven't been in so far this year, up 2, low clock situation, low shot clock situation. So I'm expecting the double team off the quick whistle here. You got to find the attackman or midfielder that's drawn the goalie, because the goalie is taught stay close to the cage, because if they break that initial pressure, he's got to get back in cage in order to make a save, or Swan's going to have a layup with a wide open net. So the message from Coach Cottle and that mustache, attacking with the goalie, go find the ball.
Yeah.
Once you break it, pull out, hit the brakes. If the cage is open, shoot it.
So you think they're going to double here with 1:47 left, 38 seconds left on the shot clock?
Correct. And
to risk potentially, yeah, right. They're doubling.
And you can see they're switching on and off with the goalie. I'm surprised the goalie is so far away from the cage. So that's contrary to what I was explaining. He's not going to make it back to the cage. If they break this, expect an empty net goal.
Yeah, and they're switching. Yeah, it looks like he's switching off, and there you go. And that is a empty net goal by Garza to put Spalding up 9-6 with 1:40 left. And I got to say, there's plenty of time. So, Spalding needs to, if they can win this face-off, take some more time off the clock, expect an immediate double off of a face-off win.
Yeah, you
so this is an important one between Joshua Sweet and Ryan Criswell here at the X. And Ryan Criswell wins that, and he's going to take it down, pull it out, smart play. Jack Newell is going to slow it down, get it up to Jamison Kaufman.
Offensively, you want to work this ball towards X so that in the event that you do turn it over, Everest has to go 90 yards the other way to even have a chance at scoring, versus turn the ball over towards the midfield line. You cut that distance in half.
Yep, good check. Garza loses it, but he's still got the ball.
He's got to find somebody. He's got two on him.
They got to get to him. Rolls it over to Connor Wilbur.
Got him on a moving pick.
And so that is going to be Everest ball with 1:03 left to play, down 3.
We got to make sure we don't go off sides here. It looks like, there we go.
Yep, Garza's back.
I was about to say, Spalding did everything right there. They handled the pressure. Diego made a play with his feet, great protection of his stick, found the open man, but just unfortunately got away from him and had a moving pick.
Oh,
I thought
Millette had that.
Under a minute here, 3-goal lead.
And Robbie Hopper, patience. Look at the patience from Robbie Hopper on that trail check. Right into the stick of Connor Wilbur. Let's see if Spalding can clear this. Logan Meehan carrying, got a man on. Dunks it over to Nolan Filey, who passes it to Jamison Kaufman. You have to love the Jamison Kaufman. Oh, and he steps over, got pinched. And there is no call.
Not sure what's going on here.
Great check, but I want to go back to those patience from Robbie Hopper. The guy had some steps on him, but he didn't panic and just waited for him to pull his stick back, and just great check. Good defensive play over there, physical. Looks inside. Good check by Connor Wilbur.
Gonna get him on a
call here, loose ball push. Don't know how I feel about that one.
But yeah, definitely a bright spot for this defense tonight. Robbie Hopper, 5 calls, turnovers, none sweeter than the last one. A nice little trail check as the midi was dodging down the alley. And
good They got a little piece of that and a good save by Jacob Newman, and that is the game. Spalding with a great win over a tough Everest Academy, 9-6.
That concludes today's game with a final
Andrew,
score of Everest 6.
that game seemed like it was, it was what we wanted to see from Spalding. They rebounded after a tough loss to St. Paul, moved the ball well, played tough defense. It looks like things are starting to click for this Spalding team.
Yeah, there were definitely some runs in the game. I think the score could have been worse than what it was. This could have been like a 15-6 game in my opinion. But you're right. They end line to end line, I think they dominated the entire time. The defense continued to do what they've done all season. They played physically. They turned the ball over and played well. Offensively, they've found a new gear. Right, they're playing with pace. They're getting a few more names involved, which I like to see. So sharing the wealth on the stat sheet, which is great. But for me, face-off play and Robbie Hopper all day long, and then the goalkeeper play, right? Multiple goalkeepers in cage. Didn't see a drop-off in performance. Shut down Everest in that last 10th round effort. So it's a great win, top to bottom.
Well, that is it for us here at Whittles Field. I'm Sean Hatley, and with me, Andrew Scally. We want to say thank you to Paul Garza and crew for their wonderful production here on this telecast, and we look forward to seeing you at the next home game. Have a wonderful evening, and go Cavs.